This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
There's no need of going forward. I am number one.
Hey, Taker, man. You're good, but no, you're not.
What in the hell did you just say?
I said you. Whoa,
No,
hey, yo,
you
dude.
big
Hey,
boy
chill out, man.
Lasmith.
Hey, yo, what are you
I'll
doing,
show
man?
you
Look,
who's a
I gotta
big
host
boy.
this damn video.
I'm gonna take
Hey,
you
hold on,
for
wait,
the
wait.
Gonna say I'm not number one.
Hey,
what the hell is your problem?
Hey, yo,
you
hold
will.
up. Yo, Taker,
rest
yo,
in
Taker.
peace.
Chill out, man. Yo, Taker, chill out, man. Look, okay. Maybe you can, but maybe another
over for
video.
Driver.
Smith family, what's going on? It's your one and only big bro, big boy Lasmith, the world heavyweight champion. Hey, and this is the second episode of Last Minute Tops. First of all, appreciate everybody who tuned in last week for Last Minute Tops and the brand new episode of Power Rangers Ultimate, which the next episode will come in less than 2 weeks now because this is Wednesday. Why is the World Heavyweight Championship, the Lasmith World Heavyweight Championship, in the frame, and why am I not sitting on top of the ladder, which was supposed to be the seat for this whole series? Is because March 1st, Monday, which was 2 days ago, Big Boy Lasmith has held the World Heavyweight Championship for 1 whole year. That was the goal. 5 times. The first 4 times I didn't really hold it for a year, but this time I've held the world title for a whole year. That's right, Big Boy Lasmith, the world champion. And if you've been here, longevity since day one, you remember the video when I made this world title. Just making it. Never thought that I would actually be able to use it in the ring as Big Boy Lasmith's very own custom world championship. And now, with that being said, I've held the title for a year. That was the main goal. When I lose this precious thing this time, I think it's time to retire the world title. Not leave wrestling, just retire the world title, man. The leather's frayed, the paint's, I was gonna replace it and redo it, man, but to me, the older it gets, the better it looks. It lets you know that it's actually been to war and back. Man, I remember when this thing was like ivory white. But anyway, that's not what we're here for today. We are here for wrestling, just not last within the World Heavyweight Championship. We are here to rank the top 10 Undertaker Mattel figures. I was gonna do Elite, but I got a couple of basics, so I just added everything in there, and that ironically turned out to be every Mattel Undertaker figure that I have or haven't broken. I've broken a few when they get old or I just didn't like, but this is a pretty cool list. I ain't gonna even lie, I was prepared to make the top 10 Hasbro Lightning Collection Red Ranger figures because it was at landslide, but then I went and checked and it was shy 3%. So here we are, Undertaker, Elite, all Undertaker Mattel figures that I have that I think are the best. So without me running my mouth, let's go ahead and get to it.
Number 10.
Number 10 is the WrestleMania 30 Undertaker pay-per-view headquarters, WWE pay-per-view headquarters from Toys R Us, I believe, the building, corporate cane, I think it was. This figure sucks. You'll never hardly ever hear me say that. It's a cool figure, man, but the neck, Undertaker has a neck. This figure ain't got no neck. The jacket's cool. What Undertaker's wearing is cool. All that stuff is cool. But Undertaker has no neck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird. It's weird. As you see a little black spot on the side of his bald head. I didn't do much with it. I don't even think I used this in a stop motion at all, man. The hat's been on him for years, and I guess the hat started to get stuck to his head because that's the mark. But ain't nothing wrong with his attire. Ain't nothing wrong with the figure. The figure just needs a neck. And Undertaker has a neck. This figure has no neck. That's really my only problem with this figure. If I had to give a figure away, Undertaker figure away, you can have this sucker here.
Number 9.
Number 9 is this basic Undertaker. Now, I forgot what series it's from, and I didn't really look it up. I was kind of busy at work, time constraints or whatever. But this is a good figure. I like the purple. You know, the few tattoos Undertaker has. I think this is around about, I don't know, I'll say 94, 95 Undertaker. Undertaker didn't really have the sleeves in it. It might be, now his hair is long, so I would say this is about 93 to 95 Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? It's great. The purple and the black, it still has the kind of old school Undertaker top going on with, I call them the cuts and the flannels on the sleeveless, like it was a long sleeve shirt. They got cut into a short sleeve shirt. But this is a great figure for number 9.
Number 8.
Number 8 is basically like number 9. It's another old school Undertaker basic, and the reason I put both of these on the list is because both of these are pretty much the same. Now, I want to talk about these basics compared to today's basics. Back in the day, basics were cool. They had 14, 15, 16 points articulation, man. I mean, I don't really do stop motion with basics, man, but these got an ankle joint. You got the calf pivot, the knee. You got a hip joint. As far as the leg joint, I mean, it's like the real deal. It's not an elite, but I mean, it's the next best thing to an elite. These days, man, I don't know what the hell. Did Mattel lose a bet? But the basics these days, I mean, some are cool, like the big guys are cool, but they suck. They really do.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Elite Series number 1 Undertaker. It's not higher up on the list. It's number 1. Yes, it is. But to me, it's not the best Undertaker. And yes, I did buy this on the day that it came out. I didn't like secondhand buy it off of eBay or whatever. This was, I think, probably the first Mattel figure that I bought. I went to Toys R Us and they luckily had one more left, and I've been had it ever since. I've never used it in a stop motion, and I don't have many figures like displayed in like my living room or whatever, because I have a room specifically for my figures. But this is one figure that does get the living room presence. It's an awesome figure. I mean, it's Mattel's first run at Undertaker, but I mean, the first in some people is always the best. It's not my best, but it is a great figure. And what I like about it here, it stands there and it's made to look like Undertaker coming to the ring, and it does a really, really good job of doing that for that time period.
Number 6.
Coming in at number 6 is, I think, 2019's WrestleMania Elite Undertaker. I like this one. It's like a newer age Undertaker, and I think, to me, the selling point of this Undertaker was the cloth jacket here. You got Undertaker's more modern face at that time. I mean, Undertaker figures pretty much they differ, but they're the same. You know what I'm saying, with the tattoos or whatever, and they got the black. You know what I'm saying. I think you have to be like a true Undertaker fan in order to get every Undertaker figure, which I think I am missing a few. I don't have many Undertaker figures, and I think that's one of the reasons why I included the 2 basics, because I think those are one of the few basics that I did buy. And this figure is a great figure, man. I needed an updated figure for the Wild World of Wrestling at that time. I don't think I've ever used this one. It's still fresh. My figures, they sit on the shelf. Everything's tight. Everything's still pretty much new. And the cloth goods with this Undertaker figure is, if anybody wears a jacket or a t-shirt, I believe should get a cloth goods shirt. That whole rubber shit, man, it never really flew for me.
Number 5.
Now, number 5 is, I think, Elite 18 or 19's Undertaker, but you don't see that. What you see is a custom. I took Elite 18 or 19, the first American Badass Undertaker, and I took the head from the basic Undertaker that came with this bike, and this is the Undertaker that I will use from this point on in the Wild World of Wrestling, with what's going on with him and Kenny Omega, if everybody's keeping up with it. And I guess this is a bonus. Let's look at this bike. No one has said it, at least I haven't heard anyone say it, but if you look at Undertaker's WrestleMania, last year's WrestleMania, the Crowler's WrestleMania when he went against AJ Styles, that's the same bike that he uses in that match against AJ Styles. Now, let's look at this figure. If it was done right, this would have been, I think, Elite 18 or 19, the first American Badass Undertaker. That was the body is, but the head is the head that came with, like I said, the bike of Undertaker. And I was in Walmart the other day, and I was gonna get that I think the retirement Undertaker, but it had the same head. The only difference was it came with a different chest. I could live without that. This is my go-to Undertaker right now, and I think this may probably be the last Undertaker that I use in the Wild World of Wrestling.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Elite Series 68 Summerslam Undertaker from 2000. During 2001 when Undertaker was the American Badass before he cut his hair. Now, I did buy 2 WrestleMania Undertakers, and I broke one, or I think I gave it away or something. I don't really, like I sell a few, but I don't really sell them like that. But I got it just for the jacket. I put the jacket obviously on him, but this is the way this Undertaker came. Hat, sunglasses, interchangeable hands, a cane mask, which I didn't include in the list or whatever, but you pretty much get the picture. But this is a great figure. I love, American Badass Undertaker. A lot of people don't, but I liked him. I never had no problem with him to this day. I like watching matches of him, from 2000 when he came back at Judgment Day, your Summerslams and all that good stuff. Number 3. You might hate me for this one, but number 3 is the off Ghostbusters Undertaker figure. I like this figure. I mean, no, I'm not going to use it in the Wild World of Wrestling. I would more use it in Power Rangers Ultimate, if anything, or like some shenanigans in the Wild World of Wrestling, if I was to ever do that. But if I needed a shenanigans Undertaker, here you go. What is there not to like, man? It's all purple. It's see-through. It has its tattoos. It came with a bullshit ass WWE championship. It doesn't even glow in the dark. It would be cool if it did glow in the dark, man. I mean, but the Undertaker is maybe the only person that I think could pull a figure off like this nowadays would probably be the Fiend. I could see them doing like a Ghostbusters Fiend that's all red. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. I mean, or a Kane figure that's all red, or a Demon Finn Balor that's all red. But as far as right now, it's the only figure we got like this. The Undertaker in purple, Ghostbusters. Oh, there is one more other figure I've seen like this, and it was like a UFC store exclusive Chuck Liddell. Number 2. Number 2 is the guy that put me down at the first part of this video. It is the Hall of Champions Target exclusive Undertaker, WWE World Tag Team Champion 1999, and came with a World Tag Team Championship accessory. And this is a badass figure, man. I mean, look at the trim on it. You got the black, you got the red, you like the Wolfpack attack or whatever. You got that mean mug, got the Undertaker goatee. In the summer, I don't wear a full beard. I do wear my beard like this. And I really like this figure. He put me down because he's not number 1. I mean, it is a good figure. It could have been number 1, man, but it is not. But it is a close number 1. This is the only time I saw this figure. I scooped it up, I got it, and that was the last time I seen it in the store. So this is a good figure, but obviously it is not number 1, and I'm gonna move on because I don't want to see myself get choke slammed and tombstone power drive again. Number 1. First off, what's up, bro? Jamal, what's going on overseas, man? He's the one that hooked me up with this figure. It is the Defining Moments Undertaker, or if you want to say the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, either one. But I have the Defining Moments. The only difference between the two is the packaging and the face. This one has his eyes open, and I think the San Diego Comic-Con had his eyes rolled in the back of his head. I took the elbow pads off. I don't have that many elbow pads, but it did come with elbow pads. It's an awesome figure, man. Cloth goods. I didn't take his chest piece off, but his chest piece is unique to this figure in the San Diego Comic-Con version. I'm glad that they re-released this mass, production, because a lot of people couldn't get their hands on the San Diego Comic-Con version. If they did, they either played aftermarket prices off of eBay or whatever, or secondhand sale. And luckily, I think I traded with my bro. We were working together at the time. What's going on, man? Shouts out to you. Me and you, what's going on. We're both in the same boat, which I will reveal mine. What I'm talking about later on, but just not today because that's not for this video, man. You got unique boots here, specific for this figure. I haven't seen boots like this on another Undertaker figure. The side is not all that great, but I mean, your chest, your face, your cloth goods, and your boots is the selling point of this figure. So there it is. You got number 10, number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 Undertakers. I've had a few more Undertakers, but I mean, like I said, I either broke them to make customs or whatever, to, or just, gave them away to like some kids in the neighborhood, or, some of my, cousins, my little cousins or whatever, when they come over, they want to play with it here. I don't really like this one. You can have at it. But All these are the 10 top Undertaker figures I think are my top.
So there it is, episode 2 down in the wraps, in their history books. What will be episode 3? That's up to you. The poll is up. It ends in a couple of days. I think Friday night it'll end. I'll start working on it over the weekend. You got 5 options. I forgot what they were right off the bat. I think I put the Red Rangers up there again, Lego sets, miscellaneous figures. Over here, miscellaneous meaning by, like, if it's not, like over here you got Marvel Legends, they're all organized. Your Rangers here, which this isn't at all. That's the reason it looks so spaced out. I have every one of them to fill it up, but just don't have the time to. You got your Rangers over here, you got your wrestlers over here. Miscellaneous is like the spawns, the Mortal Kombat stuff, all this stuff or whatever. But that's not up to me. That's up to you. Whatever you vote in, I'll put it up. And then next Wednesday, we'll do it again. The World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah. 15 pounds of gold right here. Big boy Last Smith. Check me out next week. I'll see you later.